If you're anything like me, you probably like Wargroove, and if you're even more like me, you really like messing around with the map maker. Since I'm a god of puns, I immediately set out to create a custom game mode I titled Capture the Hag. Reach the enemy flag, spawn a witch for your team, and then bring your witch to your flag to win. Want to make your own? Here's how. First, create a new map, or I guess edit an existing one if you're feeling naughty. Make sure to go to Map Properties and set it to Scenario. You won't be able to use the event editor otherwise. Go to Player Settings, Recruit, and disable hiring witches for all players. You don't need to do this if you don't have any towers on the map. Now, onto the map. You'll want to place some locations, those dotted squares. You'll need a location for a flag for every player, as well as a spot where you want each witch to spawn. Now create a repeating trigger that is disabled for the owner of the flag. Now, the conditions here are very important. Otherwise, you'll just spawn a million billion witches. So, under conditions, if player 2 has any unit on the red base flag, and if player 2 has 0 witches, actions, spawn a witch at the spawning location you designated earlier. If you don't want the witch to move on the first turn, to give the other player time to prepare, you can also set its turn to be spent, as seen here. Then make another one like this for the other player. Everything's the same but the opposite, you get it. Unfortunately, the flag is currently invisible. Let's fix it by adding a repeated trigger that sets the highlight of the flag location. I'm using the arrow flag in the team's color, but you can use whatever you like. Now, to scoring. Set a trigger with a condition that checks if a player has one of your witches on their flag. You'll need to make one of these for every player. So in this case, does player 2 have a Sky Rider on the flag? Leon! You're a Sky Rider today. So in this case, does player 2 have a Sky Rider on the flag in their base? If so, award victory to player 2. And done. Now you have the basics for Capture the Hag. My version has another twist to it, but it's up to you if you want to use it. I deleted the defeat triggers for when a player loses their stronghold or commander. I have no idea why I even put strongholds into this map, but To promote aggressive and risky tactics, I added a respawn trigger for commanders. You'll need to add one for every player. You can set this one to only happen once or repeatedly, whichever you prefer. You can also use counters to give them a set number of lives, but let's not get into that today. So, if player 1 has 0 commanders anywhere, then spawn any commander, the one the player chose, in a location of your choice, in this case the team's flag. Now if you want to make commander death a little more punishing, you can then set the commander's health to a value of your choice. I picked 50% as a lower value would lead to the commander getting killed over and over and over again, which after a while gets really silly. You might also want to stop the commander from moving right away by setting their turn to spent. I also made it so defeating the enemy commander nets you a 500 gold bounty with a dialogue box announcing the bonus received. And that's pretty much it! Have fun making your own Capture the Hag map or make a couple changes to create your own game mode. I might make more of these if I can be bothered to use the Switch's 30-second clip capture to get all my footage again. I have ideas for a zombie mode, a Titanfall mechanic. This editor is great. And hey, I have like literally 2 subscribers right now who are my wife and me, so if you want to join the sub 5 subs club, now's your chance. Bye-bye! If you like Smash Bros, I made a video on that. Okay, I'm dropping the mic now.